Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Ah, shit, Jim's playing nothing but Destiny again. Not really, but I want to tell you why I am. As the Rise of Iron approaches, I'm getting more into the game of Destiny, and not just the game, but the lore, and the history behind it, and the story, and just everything that kind of fits together, and it really has made me feel a bit more a part of the community, and when I'm in the game, everything I'm doing seems to hold a little bit more weight. And it was that realization that made me think of something else that I had mentioned to a friend of mine earlier in the week, and that is that Destiny is pretty much my safe place. And by that I mean, when it comes to entertainment, video games, my pastimes, my hobbies, I am never more at home than when I'm playing Destiny. I've been playing that game for over 2 years now, and I really enjoy it. Everyone has a game that they feel like this is where home is, where it's always going to be okay. I have a lot of games that are now just underneath Destiny that are very close, like Deus Ex Human Revolution, the original Ninja Gaiden, and many others. But Destiny has struck a chord with me. It rekindled my love of video games, because every so often it'll ebb. Every so often it'll kind of just stave off. But Destiny really hasn't gone away. Even if I put Destiny down, the second I pick it back up, I am hooked back in. And we've talked about like the gunplay and so forth, and the camaraderie of playing with people. But honestly, I think the biggest part of it, other than those factors, which are pretty basic, right, is the fact that it's always there. The last game that I feel like really affected me this way was Halo 2. Halo 2 was around for a real long time, and so was Halo 3, where you could play them online and just go to town. And it was something that I spent a lot of idle time in. It wasn't something I went into in depth, but I did make sure that, I had the right, coloration on my Spartan, and that I had the right emblem, and I played certain playlists and I was into it. But I didn't really stop to think about, like, where does the Spartan come from? What's the actual background of all of my enemies and so forth? And it never really struck me. Destiny's all of that plus. And, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say here is that Destiny is the kind of game from the outset that I was always almost afraid to get into, that I'd be that encompassed by a game that it would, take up more of my time than necessary. But over the last 2 years, I found that when I'm playing Destiny, I'm not watching some TV show that I really don't care about. Most of the time, I'm not drinking. I'm certainly not smoking. I quit smoking years ago. I'm not eating, which, as you all know, I don't need to do any more of that. I'm not doing anything to harm myself or anybody else. And it's a good feeling. And I know this is going to sound ridiculous to those of you that either don't play video games as often as I do, or maybe don't play console games, or just don't play anything even remotely approaching an MMO, which Destiny certainly does. Many MMO players would rally against my calling Destiny an MMO, FPS, a massively multiplayer online first-person shooter. It undoubtedly is, but I want to stay away from the term, the simple fact of respecting those that came before with Warcraft and stuff. It's a totally different kind of game. And then I realize, well, what comes with that? Well, friends that I've been friends with for years are now I'm now closer friends with. And this is something else that we can share. I've met people through this game that I would never have met before. I just wouldn't have. And it's great. And I'm also seeing the same kind of thing with the early adopters of virtual reality. And that's a subject for another video. But I want to tell you guys that I dedicate myself to that community VR because I see what I see in Destiny. And I stay with Destiny because it's been so good to me. And I know that some folks want more variety in the content. Maybe they want to see news on the channel more. And really, that's going to come when the news comes. this year really has not been all that exciting for me when it comes to news in the world. And I'm not the guy that you come to for Destiny news, so I try not to share that too often. Now, if you are here for Destiny news and you feel like I should be commenting on stuff, or even just a piece of news you want to hear me about, say so. Tell me. I'm happy to do it. I just don't want the people to come here for VR content or something else to always see Destiny links, Destiny links, Destiny links, which I have kind of been leaning towards the last couple of weeks because I've been playing more on the streams. I just wanted to kind of reach out to you guys that either don't play Destiny or maybe don't like it, even though they have in the past. I kind of let you know like where I'm at with Destiny and why I feel the way I do about it. It's a great game for me, and I don't mean to bombard anybody with it, but it is something that makes me happy, and I'm going to continue to play it. But I am committed to giving you guys as varied a content as I can. Other games will be played on a regular basis. I'm still working out the schedule of that, frankly. Deus Ex Mankind Evolved is coming, and that's going to get played the fuck out of when it comes out. It's probably going to be like a solid week of gameplay on the stream. There's going to be videos on the channel about it and so forth. I recently bought Arkham Knight, which I really want to play, but I want to sit down and just play it. So I'm not sure what form that's going to take. So for those of you that are seeing the Destiny content and going, oh, here he goes again, it's not meant to be my subconscious announcement that I'm abandoning other games. Far from it. It's just me rekindling that, and I'm meaning for the content to be side by side. I'm just still working out what the other stuff's going to be, and I'm going to do that with your help. So thanks for your loyalty. Thanks for understanding. If you are a Destiny player, tell me what Destiny means to you. If you're not a Destiny player and you appreciate it, tell me why. If you're not a Destiny player and you don't appreciate it, tell me why. I'm not going to like shit on you. The only thing that I would ever argue with is if you're making a, quote, factual argument about the game that just is based on something that isn't true. Now, I'm not saying any of this to cause any kind of a stir in the comment section. I just want there to be some kind of a discussion, because I know that there's a sect of the subscribers that like Destiny, there's a sect that don't like it, and there's someone in between. This video is really for you guys in the middle, but I want everyone to participate. Tell me what you do like. I know that I've got some subscribers that will watch anything I do. I know you're out there, Rez especially, and I love you to death for it. But I like the engagement that anything brings. So I'm rambling here. This was just meant to be that kind of a video. So if you're watching this, thank you. If you've ever watched anything and you never hear this, thank you. I love doing what I do. I love all of you, and I'm grateful that when I open my mouth to say something, there's someone to listen. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And as always, keep on grinding. Thanks for taking time out of your day to watch one of my videos. I really appreciate it. If you like what you saw, you can click the like button, click the subscribe button if you haven't already, or watch one of my other videos. It really helps out a lot, and I appreciate every moment we have together. If you want to drop me a line on Twitter, I'm at Grindhead Jim. I'd appreciate that too. Take care. Have a great day.